and Peak Ruby. Orbit Gaming Moon is going to be on the blue side for game one. Peak Ruby on the red side. And already we can see the drafts that they have come up with for game one. We got started a little late here, making sure we can get some technical things handled on our end. But now we're here, we're ready to go. And as we're into the spectator delay in just a few seconds, what I am going to do is I'm going to talk a little bit about these drafts before we get into game. We will send it to a little bit of a break before that happens. So on the blue side, we have Akali, Jarvan 4, or Jarvan the fourth, Malzahar, Jinx, and Blitzcrank. On the red side to them is going to be Tom Kench, Zinzao, Karma, Twitch, and Rakan. Now, both of these are very good team fight oriented compositions. A little bit more damage coming out from the side of Orbit Gaming Moon, but the safety aspect out from Peak Ruby is quite impressive. You have a Karma, you have a Tom Kench, you have a Rakan that's quite decent at peeling as well as being in good engage. So very good there. But of Orbit Gaming Moon, they have a Malzahar, which isn't seen too often in competitive play, has really good lockdown potential with their ultimate, with their silence that can stifle a lot of the safety that might be coming through from Peak Ruby. And then they have a lot of damage coming out. Akali, Jinx, both very well known for their abilities to just delete people, especially if the Jinx gets going, right? They are very powerful at doing that. Uh, Spooky Mars, yes, unfortunately, just one caster tonight. It's just me, Ice Fire Eyed. We're gonna have a good time tonight. So that's kind of the breakdown here. We're gonna send it to a quick break so we can get set up for the other side of the spectator delay. And with that, if there's any questions you guys might have, don't forget to throw them into Twitch chat so that I can answer them. I'll be able to watch that in game as well, and we'll kind of turn this into more of an interactive stream of sorts. So catch you guys on the flip side. All right, everybody, and welcome back. We are in game now between Orbit Gaming Moon on the blue side and Peak Ruby on the red. And for Peak Ruby, they're doing a classic uh, five-man uh, defend against the invades. Whereas for Orbit Gaming Moon, they stacked up a little bit at first and then decided to do the split out, just spread that nobody's invading. A little bit late on some of these. The Jarvan just now out of base. So luckily no invades came through, or else they might be short-handed for that. Overall, not a bad look to start. As for runes, nothing too crazy coming out. Uh, Comet on the Malzahar is a pretty common one. Blitzcrank with Glacial Prism. That feels good. And now for everything else, really nothing too crazy. Overall, we're going to be looking at how they decide to play out this early game already. The Q's coming out from Karma. Uh, Nothing crazy. Everybody kind of knows how oppressive she can be. And Malzahar into that should be quite decent as he starts to get levels into his E and W. Will be able to farm out this wave quite safely, whereas Kiva already pushing out Spearmint, trying to stop him from getting any early leads coming through. And then Akali into the Tom Kench. This is an interesting matchup that you don't see too often, only as Akali is more of a mid laner and Tom Kench, obviously that's the support. Uh, Jinx into Blitzcrank is going to have just immensely more pressure in the spot lane overall to start. Like the stream froze. Let me send it to a be right back. Alright, so now we can hear. Awesome. Cool. So we're sending it a little bit differently, but we have audio and visual now. We're back. 2-1 is the scoreline, 15 minutes into the game. Should be able to hear me coming through. I had to fix it on my end. But let me know, give me an audio cue in the stream chat if you can hear me. As I do have it sending through, I hope. Should be going through. Nope, you guys can hear me. Yeah, it's gonna take a few seconds for it to come through. Yes, we're good. We're good. I forgot there's a delay because it's going from a stream to a stream, but we're good now. 1-3 is the scoreline. Top tower has gone down in favor of Orbit Gaming Moon. They used the Rift Herald on that. They also took all 6 grubs. That is something to be wary of. Also, 2 dragons have gone over to Peak Ruby. This is the first game in a 5-game series. This is a grand final. We are working through some technical difficulties. We're sorry about that, but it is being handled. And 1-3 the scoreline. About 1.8 thousand gold in favor of Orbit Gaming Moon. You can see Orbit Gaming Moon already setting up in the blue side bot river. Or blue side in the bot river. My brain is a little frazzled right now, but you can see they're setting up for dragon in the blue side in the bot side river to set up to take this next dragon that is coming up in 58 seconds. It's going to be a mountain soul and just huge amounts of damage. Of course, 6 grublings. We all know what happens with that. That tower is going down. But a good Jarvan ultimate coming out there after he dashes in. Manages to pick up the Jinx. Jarvan does manage to take the tower though. Fox TPing in along with Spearmint. Does manage to get a huge grab onto Kiva. Oh wow, that's a big ultimate coming out from the Akali. Only managed to catch one, but it looks like it's still just a 1-for-1 there. Malzahar Silence coming through, managed to get one. Gonna get the double coming through. Only the Tom Pinch is left. Servaloid trying to walk away. Very tanky there. Triple kill for the Malzahar on the back end to force down the rest of that play. Huge start by Day X there on the Blitz train to catch out, looks like Shepard getting caught out there. Very well done by the side of Orbit Gaming Moon to force down that tower, force the fight after. Shepard started it off, but the re-engaged by Sadistic with the flag and drag combo was absolutely massive to take that. Now 5-5 is the scoreline, a 3.4 thousand gold lead. It has ballooned in just the span of a minute and a half. And now Dragon is on the table. It is up and available. The respawn timers have come through in favor of, well, everybody's up, but timing-wise, strength-wise, item-wise, all in favor of Orbit Gaming Moon right now. 3-1-1 is this Malzahar. Absolutely popped off in that last fight. Some absolute great silences to make sure that his team can take away that victory, that W in that 5v5 team fight. Looking at what items have been completed right now is Dark Frenzy's looking to catch Mr. Legacy out. Does actually pop the ultimate, but nothing really coming of it. Not even just a little bit of chip damage. Not really enough to write home about, unfortunately, for that Twitch. Getting a big cooldown that did not come to anything. When we are looking at items right now, we have Leandri's completed, and as well as Blackfire for this Malzahar. Akali picking up the Leandri's Torment. Already very strong as Day X is looking for a good hook there onto the Karma. Suppression coming through. Very good Tom Penn ultimate to pick out that Karma. Sadistic is flag and dragging in with the Super Mega Death Rocket, but nothing. No kills quite yet. Going very low is Kiva. A quick little pop off there does mean that they do manage to secure that mid tower and flexing their item muscles. They're now ballooning to almost 4,000 gold lead, coming up on the 20-minute mark. Turn's going to be up in 20 seconds. They shouldn't be looking for it right off the bat. They don't have the greatest crit damage. Malzahar's not too bad at it when he gets his minions, but Akali's not too good at it. Jinx obviously is super good, has those high attack speeds that they can come up with. But I'm looking at really a 23 to 25 minute Baron. If they win a team fight, they can do it earlier. They need to take out Karma and Dark Frenzy before they can really attempt it. I wouldn't be too concerned about Shepard. Yes, he can jump over that wall, but I don't really see him being able to have access in that manner, because as soon as he goes, if he doesn't get that immediate smite off and Spearmint has his ult, he's just going to get stopped right off the bat and nothing's going to come of it. But you can see already putting pressure into that red quadrant jungle for the red side, making sure that vision is placed. They know where all of these entrances and exits are. As Shepard's on the bot side, knowing that everybody's up there, can't do anything to stop it. They just don't have the gold at this point in the game, nor the items. As Savoy takes a flag and drag, but just funnel his way out, no issues there. Overall, a good start to this game. Good first 20 minutes into this mid-game for the side of Orbit Gaming Mood, as they are spotted on this rotation by Peanut there, but without the rest of his team, he just is there on a scouting mission saying, yes, I see that they're there, they don't see me. Fox is on a ward, doesn't know it, but nothing's going to happen. Is a little bit of a lull as we're waiting for another explosive moment. Give Karma and Malzahar on the bot side, splitting off from the rest of their teams. Malzahar is just always going to have the pressure in that lane with better wave pressures. He does actually want to throw out that ultimate and try to push this Karma out of lane. He does not die, managing to walk away. Very, very close though, with about 10% of her HP left. That is just the power of a Malzahar who's 3-1-1, a 20 CS lead over a Karma that doesn't really have anything, only sitting on that Malignant right now. 36,500 gold to 32,200. Gold lead still favoring, nothing major has come up. 3 towers to 0, 2 dragons though in favor of Peak Ruby. So that is something that they have been able to delay the game on average about 10 minutes if we are going for a full dragon stacking game. And with it being a mountain, both teams are absolutely going to love getting that soul if they start to struggle in closing out this game. Overall, Jinx, with her rockets, able to clear this wave quite nicely, as JX is threatening very aggressively with no one around. Mr. Legacy was not really in range to make a play there. He had to step up a little bit and would have been a little slow, with also Sadistic a little bit farther away, as they are actually transitioning all of their wards to the spot side, with Dragon spawning in just 30 seconds. Prince even taking out this control ward and walking down. He's going to get caught out though on this roam. Peanut who's still flashing over the wall, making sure that they can pick out Spearmint. He's just going to go down. Twitch picking up that 350 gold bounty. A decent little pickup for him. It looks like they're going to threaten this Baron, as Sadistic, Legacy, and JX have to slowly make their way into this top river. Nothing too crazy coming through though, as they're just, everybody's gonna walk away. The Baron is up, but Dragon's the one on the table that everybody's going for right now on the side of Orbit Gaming Moon. They have the pressure in the bot side river. They're the ones gonna be taking this Dragon. Whereas on the top side, they're going to try and cross-map. They don't quite have the damage there yet. Dark Frenzy walking over right now to start the damage. But with Akali in the area, are they going to look to, if they have enough damage, they're going to be able to complete it wave, especially with the Xin Zhao there as a little deterrent. The Malzahar just caught out on that roam. It looks like they're going to try and TP to save this turret in the mid lane. I don't know if that was really necessary. They did see the TP coming through, but Dark Frenzy looks like might have been caught out by Fox. Not spotted though, able to walk away quite nicely. That camouflage doing wonders to keep them alive. Fox just a hair's breadth away from catching him. But still, this rampage of resources continues in favor of Orbit Gaming Moon. Honestly, it feels very controlled by them. Notice they're focusing down these objectives, not overextending. Only that one catch in that mid lane right there on a good rotate from Peak Ruby to catch him out, using that quickness by the Rakan. Make sure that he couldn't really go anywhere, taking down his spell shield that's innate with his taking that down, allowing everybody else to just pile in on top of him. It's a super squishy Malzahar. When you get caught out like that, there's not really anything that you're able to do as a former Malzahar main myself. Item completion starting to come through more and more the later on into the game. Yeah, we're going to do a little bit of a quick check-in there. Shadow Flame plus Leandri's completed for Fox on this Akali. Sundered Sky completed for Sadistic. The Leandri's plus Blackfire still the only items completed for Malzahar. Whereas for Jinx, she has her Kraken Slayer and Phantom Dancer online and ready to go. So she's feeling it right now. She's very strong and ready to skirmish wherever needed. On the side of for Blitz, forcing out a flash there from Kiva. Very well done by Fox and DayX, making sure Kiva is going to be summonerless for this next upcoming fight, as they also just take power in her face. But Fox, though, good traps there by the Jinx to stop Peanut from being able to do too much. But Dark Frenzy on the side there is going to be taking out the backline, where Kiva is going to be taking down the J4, who flag and drag in to save the rest of the team. Jinx having to flash away is a good, another hook there from Shepard, means that he's going to be able to pick up the one kill, quite able to pick up the second, but then they're able to collapse in onto the Malzahar. Fox goes back in, but he is spotted out. Dark Frenzy able to walk away. Means that it is a 3-for-2 trade in favor of Peak Ruby, who just are refusing to go down without a fight. Very well played for them to make sure they are not going quietly into the night, and making sure that Baron doesn't go down. A good punish on the Overforce for taking that top tower means that the gold lead has shrunk just a little bit to 4,500-ish gold lead coming into this next moment. Ahead here, Dark Frenzy taking the Raptors, may have also taken the red, whereas the wards are just going to be fought over here. Sadistic takes out one there, takes out another one, as it's all about this dragon pressure right now. Both teams looking for their soul point dragon, and it can go either way right now. We are on a very close knife edge. We have a few more items coming through. Malzahar completing that Rhylights. I'm just not able to ever get through this rundown because they constantly want to be fighting whenever I try to do this rundown. So let's hope we can get through it right now. Rhylights completed for the Malzahar. We have Locket plus Knight's Vow for the Blitzcrank. On the side of Peak Ruby now, Heartsteel plus Hollow Radiance completed for Tom Kench. Thundered Sky, Black Cleaver for the Xin Zhao. Lignance plus Horizon's Focus, and the Verdant Barrier completed for the Karma. Twitch has that Bork, and Runan's feeling very strong there. And then Rakan has the Locket. Very, very good items coming across the board right now. Overall, it looks like they're setting up one of these death brushes, trying to see if they can't spot anybody out on rotation. AX does manage to pick the hook onto Shepard, who has to cast his ultimate, make sure he can stay alive, but everybody's just piling in on top of him, making sure that he's still very healthy, though. Dervaloid on the other side, peeling out the rest of the squad, as Fox is not here, and that means with Sadistic Flag and Dragon onto the back line is dead, and Dragon is now favoring that of Peak Ruby. What a huge turnaround there. It looked like a good pick for the side of DayX, turned into disaster as Sadistic goes just a little too far from his team. Certainly doing a great job, and the Dragon is going to go over to Shepard, as Fox does take the top in his turret. Servaloid, but Servaloid isn't really too pressured by it. does cast Fox trying to beat him out, but this is a tank that's fighting a full damage Akali and Thinning. Does still have a lot of that gray health that they can use as their shield if they need to get low. But overall, very well played by over anything more, and push Fox out of the lane, forcing them back. So top lane inhib traded for the dragon. That's a favorable trade for Pete Ruby, who won the fight, took out Sadistic, got the dragon. Yeah, only lost a turret for that. You will take that any day of the week whenever you are behind. And there's the gold lead's closing ever so slightly. They are losing turrets. They need to start getting the standing gold that's on the map. They're winning these fights, they're taking these objectives, but they're not getting these turrets, which is a lot of standing gold on the map that they need in order to make a comeback. Sadistic, though, looking to take this Rift Scuttle. JX also there with him just to make sure he's safe. Because we're going back to just bouncing waves back and forth. We can see the power of these squads. The heals and shields from this cart putting in work. And Sadistic, honestly, just going too far in past fights means that they are actually going to be looking for a Baron start right now. They are just going to force this down, and no one on the side of Pete Ruby is actually aware of this happening. He's already down to a quarter health. Shepard is going to walk in just a few seconds with this Karma, but they aren't aware of it at all. And they just now see it coming down. It's at 45% health. Shepard now has to try for a retake on it. Not looking too good. It does go over to the side of Orbit Gaming Moon. Shepard aggressing onto Sadistic. Is going to be able to actually make a play onto it. Sadistic is going to be sacrificing his life. Shepard flashing in to secure that kill. I don't think that was necessary. But they do manage to secure the kill, meaning it's only 4 Barons being taken out. And you absolutely take that as a steal if you're Orbit Gaming Moon. Maybe felt a little bit like they couldn't win out on these fights, but lost the last 2 of them. But yeah, that's just an absolute steal of a trade. 1 kill for a very fast Baron in the face of Peak Ruby. They are going to lose this mid lane tier 1. That's only a tier 1 at 31 minutes in the game. Only the second turret. As Shepard is caught out, is actually overextended. It is going to go down. A good hook by Dayax means that Fox is able to aim the kill onto Shepard. Very well played to force to punish that overextension by Shepard. The one jungler overextends into the other, and it feels like I may have cast versus them just a little bit, but that means tier 2 mid does go down. Dayax looking for a hook. Isn't going to be able to find one. Eva is in a precarious situation. Just barely manages to dash out on that hook. Tribloid jumping into the back line along with Peanut means that Mr. Legacy has to focus in on that top side. Twitch putting in massive amounts of damage means that they are able to take out JX, but on the other side, Shepard, Peanut 2 goes down. Shepard is about to come back up. Serploid using his ultimate to make sure Twitch does not go down. Inhib in the mid goes down. Inhib in the top looks like it's going to go down as well. The game has just been thrown wide open. But here they are not stopping. They are going right back in. Serploid at 25% health. A good flash ultimate channel by Spearmint means that is going to just be game over. Orbit Gaming Moon is going to take game 1. Kiva barely alive, gonna walk back, but there is nothing this Karma can do in the face of 3. Game 1 going over to Orbit Gaming Moon. And that is going to be it. We're going to send it to a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to be here with the draft for game 2 between Orbit Gaming Moon and Peak Ruby. So don't touch those browsers. Don't go in. All right, everybody, and welcome back. We are here in Champ Select for Game 2 Moon and Peak Ruby. Peak Ruby have decided to take the blue side for Game Talia, whereas the Vi and Tristana are being banned out on the red side. Definitely some interesting choices coming through. Here's again the Mordecais are being banned out. We noticed that again. And then Orbit Gaming Moon deciding they don't want to on Peak Ruby side. They've drafted the Twitch. But since they're blue side, they didn't want to hand over that Jinx that did so well for Orbit Gaming Moon. And then they decided hopefully. All right, everybody, we're back in Champ Select, and hopefully everybody has been drafted. We can see that on the side of people they've drafted Orn is Mana. And yeah, that's we're gonna take a break and try to figure out this robo dethrone it.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
All right, everybody, welcome back to Game 2 between Orbit Gaming Moon and Peak Ruby. Remember, Peak Ruby is on the blue side for this game. We are still suffering from some issues with our normal client, so we're running it through here. So unfortunately, there's no overlay for this right now, but Fox taking a good little trade in the top side against Servaloid, while Kiva on the Orianna is got a decent trade onto Spearmint on the Ahri. A quick look at the composition, since we had some audio issues coming through before. Servaloid, or I'm sorry, Ornn, Xin Zhao, Orianna, Ashe, and Karma are on the blue side, whereas we have Volibear, Jarvan, the fourth, Ahri, Lucian, and Milio. Milio is a very good bot lane when you get into the mid and late game, or not really late game, but like in the middle, early to mid game. They're really powerful. That's when Lucian starts to come online. But they're going up against an Ashe Karma, which is a poke heavy bot lane, and you can already see they're going up. They already got really good damage onto Mr. Legacy on that Lucian. Poking out that early. It's also very interesting. I want to take a look at that runes choice from Mr. Legacy right now, opting for the hyper aggressive rune of, I'm blanking on the name of it right now, First Strike, to try to get a little bit of extra damage out. I'm not a fan of this, only because of the lane that they're going into. You are never going to have first damage coming out against a Ashe Karma, or you shouldn't if Dark Frenzy and Peanut actually play out the lane the way that they're supposed to. Fox on the top side is going to have a handle on this Ornn for at least the first couple of waves. He's going to almost always have perma push on that. I'm going to lower the sound in here some more. Down to 19. That brings it pretty low. Hopefully that's enough so it's not too loud for everybody. But Kiva, Spearmint going at it. Lots of heavy trading. Orianna does win out on a little bit of those trades just because she has that ball, plus the extra auto damage on her auto attacks. The extra magic damage on her auto attacks means that she gets a little bit extra damage. But good dash forward by Mr. Legacy, forcing out some good damage onto Peanut 2 Trill, along with Dark Frenzy getting another double tap onto them as well. Just making sure that everybody knows he's still in this lane and he still has some good damage coming out. As a good stun from Fox means excellent damage onto Servaloid with that W coming out. Good knockup by Servaloid means that he's able to walk away without losing too much, but still, this is a lot of damage that's being traded back and forth. There's a huge flash W with the Stormcaller coming down. First blood, 1v1 solo bolo in the top lane for Fox. Massive, massive play coming out. That's exactly what you want to see when you pick a lane like that. Ornn was just a little too aggressive. You just need to farm under lane and you'll be fine, but instead looking to be hyper aggressive and stepping out too far, especially with that flame breath, means that he goes down with a beautiful flash W from the Volibear. And junglers haven't even finished their first clears yet. Jarvan is looking for a gank in mid, doesn't manage to come up with anything, as Xin Zhao is just going to be full clearing out. This is the difference of the two junglers. Xin Zhao loves to be more of a farming style jungler, where J4 likes to get into these lanes early and often and start to affect them once he hits level 3 with his flag and drag. But Orianna able to walk away, get good damage onto Spearmint, means Spearmint's going to have to back on this Ahri and TP back into lane to continue to have some semblance of lane presence in that lane. But this Xin Zhao is actually spotted out. Mr. Legacy is going to be going in. Statistics also there, getting Shepard down to about half health means that he is not able to take that risk scuttle. It's actually already gone. But Mr. Legacy going back in onto Peanut 2 Trill. Not quite enough damage to really make anything happen, as it's actually traded back pretty aggressively. Fox is low on health, but Ornn able to get some good damage back means that he is okay in this lane. Again, just he has to farm under turret and try to withstand what Volibear can put out for these first few levels until he can get a couple of items or item components under his belt. Kiva, on the other hand, running a little low on mana, has not backed yet, trying to push the rest of this wave in before she goes back. Playing inside this wave means she won't be able to get charmed, but she's just going to go down here. It looks like Otto's charm. Beautiful play by Spearmint to punish the overextension of Kiva, looking to be just a little too aggressive, playing in that wave to stop the charm coming through, but autoing down, not focusing on the minions, means that Spearmint is able to get the kill onto Kiva, putting them on the board. He is now 0-2, an almost 1,000 gold lead in favor of Orbit Gaming Moon. Spearmint is low, has to use that Spear Rush to get away, along with the Xin Zhao getting there, but Mr. Legacy going aggressive, having to flash away from Dark Frenzy. The Ignite also coming through from Peanut means that he is at less than 10% HP and has to recall at a little bit of an awkward time. I don't think he has quite the recall timing that he wants. And that just leaves Milio in lane alone. A good flash charm by Spearmint, forcing the flash out of Shepard as Fox is now coming down, looking to maybe get a stun out onto Shepard. Does manage to grab it. Is going to be able to take him out. Spearmint taking the kill, but a good, well, almost good. A nice charm by Spearmint once again onto Kiva. Means that Kiva's brought down to half health. Did use the shockwave to try to manage to pick up a kill onto Fox. Doesn't quite come through. Very close points there as Day X just goes too far. Now he has to flash away, still gets rooted by Peanut, and Dark Frenzy is putting out massive amounts of damage. Good kick back. Is it going to be enough to get the kill? It is not, and that means J4, because of the aggression onto Shepard and getting that kill, means that they picked up the first, they picked up at least one of the grubs. Have not picked up any other, so they picked up one, meaning they will at least be able to get 4 potentially if they so choose. But Mr. Legacy and Day X are very, very low in this bot lane right now, playing a little too aggressively for their champions at this stage in the game. Fox is below half HP, playing into this Ornn, who has a stacked wave, but Fox, you do not want to go in. Oh no, Servaloid actually misses out on the dash and takes a turret shot, has to flash away, getting the Ornn Horn over, does manage to still manage to grab that kill. Fox overplaying their hand, trying to punish on that that missed dash by Servaloid. Good punish in that top lane. That just means, though, since they also saw the 2 grubs going in favor of Peak Ruby, this Chemtech Dragon, first dragon of the game at 7.5 minutes, or almost 8 minutes at this point, is going to be going over the side of Orbit Gaming Moon. Very, very slow moments that have some peak moments of fighting coming through, but 3-1 is the scoreline for Orbit Gaming Moon. 600 gold, so it went from about 1,000 to 600 in the span of about 3 minutes. It looked very good to start out, but Fox over-aggressing just a little bit. I liked the play to take the 1 grub by Orbit Gaming Moon, then transferring down, making sure they can still grab that dragon and not be caught out on a bad rotation. And then Kiva just has full control over this lane right now. Sadistic is spotted in this bush, forcing Spearmint to play very, very passive. Not something that Ahri really likes to do. Ahri, as an assassin, needs to be aggressive in order to try to get something. As a huge shockwave does come through, taking them down to about 10% health, and another auto comes through. Kiva, though, has to walk away. Good flash! QW means that she grabs the kill onto the Ahri. Sadistic Cataclysm. What a beautiful play. Somebody clip that in Twitch right now, because I know Kiva is going to want to save that. What a play by the mid laner of Peak Ruby to turn a potentially bad situation into a brilliant one there. What a play that was. Fox, though, does manage to, well, I mean, it's a Jarvan as an instant cleanse, or an instant, I don't even know what that was. It was an instant ult by Day X to get Mr. Legacy out of that Ashe ultimate, but still going to go down. It looks like 2 Dark Frenzy as the Xin Zhao shows up and says, "Not today, Lucian. You are not dashing away from us." As Fox, on the other side of the map, knowing that he is safe to do so, is going to decide to proxy this wave, ladies and gentlemen. Very good plays here by Peak Ruby, showing they are not out of this series. It was just a warm-up game in Game 1. They're here to play. They're wanting to take this to at least a Game 4. And they have definitely got the early game to back that up so far. Day X again trying to hold a way too big of a wave. Looks like he may just actually go down. He doesn't have flash, has exhaust, does manage to get away from Dark Frenzy just barely. Oh no! The hail of arrows just manages to clip him, walks back just too soon, does manage to pick up that kill instead. Oh, what a day for Day X right there. Losing out. Did manage to get away and steps back in thinking he was safe. Instead goes down to Dark Frenzy as Servaloid tries to immune that stun. Mistimes it just slightly. And Fox gets a little bit of chip damage. But Ornn is starting to rack up that tankiness. Is not going to be losing out on those trades as harshly for much longer because of that. And Spearmint once again takes another bad trade on this Ahri and is sub 50% HP. Does use the Spirit Rush to come in, and oh no, the Shockwave misses onto Spearmint, which means Kiva looks like might go down, but Peanut coming in with the Flash E, trying to save their mid laner, doesn't quite manage to make it happen, but has saved enough time, meaning that Shepard has arrived to try to make another play, and Peanut picks up the kill onto the Jarvan, so a 1-for-1 trade in the extended mid lane fight. And Ahri has to walk away, and Fox is on the wrong side of the map for this, and Shepard coming in means that it looks like Fox is potentially going to go down. It does have a wave at the turret if he wants to walk through, but Ornhorn coming through. Double knockup means Fox, has no chance of getting out. Uses his ultimate, tried to make some kind of play happen, but nothing can be done. Shepard claiming the kill there, and Karma walking in again with another assist. Very well played, this Karma, making some beautiful roams to secure some extra kills that may not have come through for Peak Ruby. Finally, a stop in the motion where I can get in the action so I can get some water, as these QWs are really starting to hurt from Kiva, dancing back and forth and using their ball to such effectiveness to have almost absolute control over this lane, where Jarvan has had to come 2 times and barely got a kill on the second one, and Fox immediately aggressing onto Zervaloid. But honestly, at this point, it's not going to do too much, as Zervaloid can withstand a lot of that pressure. The Volibear just not having the same effectiveness as it normally would. This Ornn pick coming up in spades with how much they're getting out of it. Mr. Legacy, though, has claimed a turret plate at least to bring one back for his team. And it's actually a gold lead for Peak Ruby now that we're looking at it 3 minutes later, almost 4 minutes later. It's an almost 1,000 gold lead in favor of Peak Ruby now, really bringing it back after a couple of solo bolos by Orbit Gaming Moon. Fox, though, aggressing again, but only trading health bars equally there. Servaloid doing a very good job in this top lane, in this wet noodle fight, to keep even with this Volibear. But J4, because of the pressure this Volibear does put out, means that he's able to take the next 3 grubs for free. But Xin Zhao on the bot side doing a very good trade and grabbing this Ocean Dragon. But is it going to be noticed? Kiva trying to wrest control of this wave. Spearmint dashing in with the Spirit Rush. Kiva does get charmed up. Does flash away once again from the Cataclysm. Manages to pick up Sadistic with that Shockwave. Means that there is no more follow-up, as also Shepard has arrived. Mr. Legacy using his ultimate onto Dark Frenzy, trying to chunk him out. But a good arrow onto Day X after he already had used his ult. I mean, there is no insta-cleanse coming through, as now Shepard is here. Good dash away from Mr. Legacy means that Lucian is safe. Flashing forward onto Dark Legacy, as we also have a fight in the top side. What is happening? Fights across the map. Shepard being auto-down by Sadistic, still has half his health, but Day X flashing forward, trying to get a kick off. Doesn't actually happen, as a huge flash charm by Spearmint means that they are going to be able to pick up the kill onto Shepard. Sadistic claiming that with the drag of the flag and drag, but on the other side, Servaloid taking Fox very, very low. Dashing forward, is it going to be enough? Fox getting a huge shield onto Servaloid. Is it? Flash forward, but no! Fox flashing forward actually misses out on the auto, and Servaloid managed to pick up another solo kill onto Fox. Oh, heartbreak, as it's traded 1-for-1, but for for Orbit Gaming Astral, they are able to pick up the Ocean Dragon, and it is going to be a Hextech Soul, ladies and gentlemen. Hextech Soul for the taking, for whoever wants it. That's going to be a very good soul for both sides. Ashe, Orianna, both would love to have that. Lucian and Volibear too. All these champions, extra attack speed plus slows, yes please. Who wouldn't want that? Dark Frenzy pushing out this wave. Turret plates have fallen. Whew. Now Herald is up and available. Xin Zhao on the top side of the map has an opportunity potentially if they want to rush it down right now. Dark Frenzy Pushing out another good bits of damage. Shockwave comes through onto Spearmint, having to use that Spirit Rush to just be able to stay alive. Is it going to be enough? Oh, barely dashing away means that J4 has to come here just to wrest control for this Ahri. This is not looking good. Kiva showing extreme prowess on this Ahri, something that you may want to look at getting banned away in the next game. I wouldn't want to let this through and let Kiva have this champion once again. As Mr. Legacy now dashing in once again, getting a double auto off. Is it going to be enough? The Flagger Drag. Ooh, huge arrow means that Dark Frenzy is able to get back just even more from that Cataclysm. And Peanut 2 Trill also able to get away. Sadistic managed to get nothing, whereas on the other side of the map, they are able to grab the Herald with the Xin Zhao. They have to cede control over this. As a flash from Sadistic, sir, that is not for you to be playing with right now, as Peanut Trill does manage to actually get taken down by Mr. Legacy, but a hyper-aggressive flash from Sadistic was not really necessary, as now Fox is in a precarious situation. Does get the shield from the Stormcaller coming down, Lightning, but is it going to be enough? No, he's turning back, trying to get the stun on Shepard. Maybe a kill, as a flash away from Shepard means, is it going to be enough? No, Servaloid! Fox is just getting taken down left, right, and center. Is stacking that Rod of Ages, but it's just not enough yet, as Ornn is now going to get some damage onto his shirt. Are they going to channel the Rift Herald? They are. They are going to be taking this top lane turret in trade. Orianna walking to the bot side as Karma and Ashe are going to rotate towards the mid. With the 3 grubs that they have, this turret is going to go down to Ornn. Very good play on the top side to counteract the bot side play. 1-for-1 trade in kills, 1-for-1 trade in turrets. Yes, they had to use the Herald. It did go down. Very big plays coming through across the map. Sorry, my mouse there. As for items, Ornn still hasn't completed an item yet. It has a bunch of components. Sundered Sky coming through for Xin Zhao. Same thing for the Jarvan. Rod of Ages for the Volibear, as we do have the Malignance for Ahri. And then for Orianna, she already has completed that Archangels and is working towards, it looks like, her Liandry's as well. Ashe has that Kraken, but Lucian taking the Collector early on. A very interesting choice, not a high damage one, but actually going for the lethality early game build Lucian instead. Moonstone is a classic on Orianna. As a huge 3-man Cataclysm comes through, but the Shockwave is just too much. No follow-up for this Jarvan means that he is just blown up instantly, and the TP play from Fox is null and void, as everybody from Peak Ruby just walks away scot-free. What a huge just punish and overextension by Sadistic there on the Jarvan. Did not have anybody to follow up. There was just so much damage from Peak Ruby there. Very much some question marks there coming through, as Fox and Servaloid are going at it once again. Fox has some good auto attacks, does have that Zeal to help him out, but actually loses out in the trade because of the Heartsteel, and also is not getting really any at all healing from that Bramble Vest. Good stun though, and shield means that Servaloid does take a little bit extra damage, does dash away. No one is there, as Fox is investing the ultimate into this play, is going to be able to take out Servaloid. It looks like huge flash away from the Ornn Horn means that Servaloid is on the wrong side of the map from a very healthy Fox, and that means Fox is just going to get this chase down, gets the stun off. But still alive is Servaloid and trading it back. This is going to be out a very long and drawn out fight. Flashing away is Servaloid after getting that knockup, but Fox has the gap closer with the movement speed to potentially get away, or to get back onto him. But Fox choosing the wrong route. You know where he's going. You went the wrong way. And that means Servaloid actually gets to walk out from that, ladies and gentlemen. That is insane. Servaloid on this Ornn. Do not give him this champion, ladies and gentlemen. It's a grand finals, but you can't give him any more. As Fox invested so much to get nothing out of it. And now it's going to be a 4v4 on this bot side for this first Hextech Dragon. Shepard coming off of it. Sadistic getting a flag and drag. Shepard casting the ultimate. Huge Cataclysm. But stunned up once again is Sadistic. Shepard doing work on the backside, meaning that Spearmint actually gets caught up in that as well. Still managed to pick up 2. Karma going down, as well as Shepard means it's a 2v2. Dark Frenzy, you're on the wrong side of the map. Day X flashing in and grabbing the kill. No one is getting the dragon, but kills going over in favor of Orbit Gaming Moon, but Fox taking too many turret plays means that Servaloid is going to get the kill, thanking the minions for the help, and Mr. Legacy and DayX are just going to start up this dragon. Orianna does not have ultimate. I don't think this is what you want to be doing, guys. This Orianna is very strong, and this Hextech dragon does a lot of damage. Looking, though, they are pinging out that mid turret and saying, I wonder if we can get that instead with this Orianna. They stopped the dragon play, which is crucial. There are wards around that both teams know if it's going to get started up. DayX and Mr. Legacy resetting. Solo bolos across the board. This is absolutely right, March 28th. It's a massive solo bolo fest in this game right now. Wards are going to be taken down here. 3v3 right now. Ornn is showing up to this fight before Volibear. As let me get a little bit of a zoom out here. We can see DayX is spotted by this Orianna. Has to walk away. Are they going to start the dragon? Kiva does start up, checking on it, as it is going to be starting to attack Sadistic. Huge damage, huge 5-man Cataclysm by Sadistic. He's still going to go down, but everybody is locked up there, and that means Fox, you're not tanky enough. As a huge stun onto Spearmint means that they're going to go down. Fox is still alive, but Shepard on the backside does manage to pick up Spearmint, as it is just going nowhere for the side of Orbit Gaming Moon, as it is a complete wipe. Only DayX remaining. That is Hextech Dragon over to the side of Peak Ruby, and Peanut 2 Trill was the only one to go down. It is a 1,500 gold lead for Peak Ruby, but what a fight in favor of Peak Ruby. The series count is currently 1-0 Orbit Gaming Moon. I don't know why I keep saying Omega. But what a game Peak Ruby is having in this game 2. That huge 5-man Cataclysm meant absolutely not, as he got blown up. Fox got blown up. Spearmint was pushed off to the side, was stunned up, chased down by Shepard, and there was just too much damage to contend with from Peak Ruby. At this point in the game, a huge shockwave coming through from Kiva, putting out so much damage, means that it goes to the side of Peak Ruby with the dragon. They're not going to be able to stop that in time. But Baron is on the cards. It is 22 minutes into the game. Another 4 minutes until the next dragon. And it's like a reversal of game 1. As Peanut 2 Trill does find Mr. Legacy as a huge... Oh, arrow just barely missing because of the shockwave. But that's okay. Kiva still manages to pick up the kill with the help of Karma. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a series on our hands. The Sadistic has to flag and drag away to make sure they're not caught out. And it is just favoring right now. Peanut 2 Trill's a little bit of an aggressive situation. They are on a ward. They do know this is happening, but because they don't have Mr. Legacy, it feels like Peak Ruby, they feel like they can take this Baron in the face of Sadistic, who's looking for a flag and drag, is spotted. They know that they're at least on one ward. They don't know about the ward in the back of the pit. This is insane, ladies and gentlemen. Flag and drag in. Who's it going to go to? Red team has stolen the Baron! Shepard does manage to, not Shepard. Sadistic steals the Baron in the face of Peak Ruby. They did not clear the pit properly. Spearmint on the bot side taking the turret means that, a huge charm, denying the knock-up onto the minions. I mean, what a steal that was. And Dark Frenzy taking huge damage from Mr. Legacy. This is the turnaround, ladies and gentlemen. Fox going on to Kiva. Is it going to be enough? Ulting on top is going to pick up the kill. The shockwave does not come through. That means Shepard's also in a world of hurt, as he also goes down to 2v1 double kill for Fox. And what was looking so good for Peak Ruby has now just turned to absolute disaster. Spearmint on the bot side taking bot tier 2. Fox taking bot tier, or top tier 1, and top tier 2, I should say. And mid tier 2 also going down. What a turnaround, ladies and gentlemen, as this game has been turned on its head 25 minutes in. What was 1,000 gold separating them with Peak Ruby in lead is now almost 4,000 gold in the lead of Orbit Gaming Moon. What a play around Baron by Sadistic, just playing patiently and getting the steal. Absolutely turned this game on its head and saying, this is ours now. That's what Sadistic is saying. This is my game. My jungle, my Baron. Get a drink of water, ladies and gentlemen, so we can have a voice for the next game, too. All right. Coming through once again. Looking for this dragon now in a minute 15 seconds. It is dragon right now is Hextech dragon. Obviously, it's going for the Hextech soul. 2 dragons to 1. They have a Chemtech and an Ocean for the side of Orbit Gaming Moon. The first Hextech with a good fight went over to Peak Ruby. They're still in this game. They are not out of it yet, but they are ceding this dragon control right now over to Orbit Gaming Moon. Deciding that it's not worth it to fight over it just yet. Instead, they want to actually get Fox as a huge shockwave comes in onto Day X and dodging out on the arrow. Cataclysm also coming out from Sadistic means that he is also to stay alive and keep his support alive. Shockwave does a lot of damage still, ladies and gentlemen. Whew. They are not letting up for an instant as Fox is on a flank here. Does manage to get the stun on the Shepherd, but there is no follow-up yet. Now it's coming through. Peanut Too Chill taken out very low. Shepherd gets taken out too. Fox getting a huge heal and managed to pick up the kill on the Shepherd. Does go down himself, but the charm coming through means that they get another one onto the Karma. Is this going to be enough? Is Servaloid going to go down? A huge flash by Spearman is in the base, ladies and gentlemen. A charm onto Servaloid means that Cuba's going to go down. One more. Flag Attack lands onto Servaloid with the flash, and that is going to be a 5-man ace. Only Fox going down, and that could be game 2 going over to Orbit Gaming Moon. Whenever they said it was their game, they said this is our game, ladies and gentlemen. They are looking for the end. 8 seconds left and is on Peanut and 5 on Shepherd. They have to defend 4v2. Day X looking to defend it, knocking them back. This is game 2 going to the side of Orbit Gaming Moon, ladies and gentlemen. 2-0 is the scoreline. And what a game it was. What a fun game to cast. I hope you guys are having fun because we are just getting All right, everybody, hello and welcome back to Game 3 between Orbit Gaming Moon and Peak Ruby. Peak Moon again Peak Ruby, I should say, not Peak Moon. Peak Ruby has decided once again to take the blue side of the map as we are flying through the draft right now. We have Gwen, Mordekaiser, Talia, Ari, and Akali banned out by Peak Ruby. On the side of Orbit Gaming Moon, Tristana, Vi, Jinx, Amumu, and Ornn. Pick-wise, Dr. Mundo, Gragas, Azir, Jhin, and what looks to be a Karma for the side of Peak Ruby. Or the side of Orbit Gaming Moon. Sorry, my voice is a little bit on the scratchy side right now. I'm going through a lot of water to try to recover it in these breaks. We have Vayne, J4, Malzahar, Ashe, and Zyra. This Orbit Gaming Moon comp is all about damage, with a little bit of CC thrown into the mix. I mean, Vayne into Mundo, Vayne should be winning once he starts to get some of those pen items. And it's also range versus melee. J4, great initiator, especially for the rest of the composition that needs some sort of initiation. Malzahar, great peel, great pick potential. We've already seen a Malzahar in this series coming out from them as well. They pilot it very, very well. Ashe, Zyra, that's just a very known 2v2 bot lane combo. And going into the Jhin Karma, that's going to be more Ashe, Zyra favored. They just put out more damage. They have a little bit more CC coming out. Jhin is going to be having to sit back and farm at a distance. Azir versus Malzahar. Azir should have some push once they get their first item. Gragas is an interesting jungler. I don't see that too often coming through. And I want to say it's going to be quite an interesting one. But yeah, so we're in a spectator delay right now. And as soon as we're going to send it to a quick break. When we come back, we'll be in game for game 3. All right, everybody, we are back. Dark Frenzy and Mr. Legacy going at it at level 1 with also a ward being cleared. About half health, or not half health, but trades on both sides going about even. Zyra already set up in lane though with their plants. It is going to be spotted. Obviously, Karma will be able to see it. Oh, Zervaloid though missing out on that first cleaver means that he's going to take a lot of damage coming from Fox. Fox, we know last game played a little bit too aggressive, setting him a little bit behind on that Volibear. Let's see how he decides to pilot this Vayne. That is one of the key components of this composition. Mr. Legacy, Dax, wanting to get some early damage out onto Dark Frenzy, who is actually at less health than Mr. Legacy. Gonna be struggling a little bit on this Jhin, who needs to be a little bit on the healthier side whenever looking to farm, as Zervaloid gets no opportunity to get any minions yet with his crew. He just slightly mistimed it. Obviously, Azir very safe, great at poking as well with their Sand Soldiers. Spearmint just needs to get a few levels under their belt. I think once they hit level like 7, they get, I think it's 3 levels into their E. That's when they'll really start to feel good about being able to farm this wave and get wave pressure into this Azir. That's really what he is waiting for. He just has to play it slow and safe, and he should be fine. But for Azir, they need to be a little bit more aggressive in this lane because they will slowly lose out in the wave pressure to the Malzahar. Because Malzahar can EW the wave and just be able to walk away from it at later levels and clear the entire wave, whereas Azir has to sit there and auto it down. Zervaloid just has to get items, honestly, and still good luck. It's a Vayne into a Mundo. I don't know what to say about that, honestly. It's going to go Vayne favored even if Fox is on autopilot, or at least that's how it should go. Gragas is going to have to spend a lot of time up there to keep this Mundo from losing out on too much. You can already tell there's a 12 CS lead for the Vayne. It shouldn't go any lower than that, honestly. Especially once we start getting going. It should be very Vayne favored in this lane. Does have that ward in that new pixel brush that started out at the beginning of the season to make sure that he is decently safe in this lane, as Gragas did opt for a top to bot clear. A little bit interesting in regards for me at least, because you know that this Vayne is squishy and you have enough damage from the Gragas and the Mundo that you can get a kill early on the Vayne if you would have pathed from bot to top, but instead choosing to go the other way means that there is no pressure and this Vayne gets to continue to play aggressive in the top side of this map. Some early trading. It looks like a level 4 gank potentially coming through. There's a flash route from Zyra coming through. Does not land, but still forces the flashes of both Frenzy and Peanut as Sadistic comes in for the flag and drag. Great play by DayX and Sadistic to force out both of those flashes. That's going to put the safety of this bot lane in a huge deficit right now, because they should not be able to step up at all, because by 9.5 minutes, Sadistic should be revisiting this lane. That is just basic jungling. You know that's on a 5-minute timer. You are going after it. And once again, you can see DayX using a lot of mana to gather this lane control, but they are getting a turret plate for it, and that's exactly what you want to be seeing. Mr. Legacy does take a turret shot by autoing Dark Frenzy and getting rooted up by his Flourish. Overall, good plays by Orbit Gaming Moon to absolutely have massive control over this lane right now. It is an Infernal drag to start, so you know that that's the side that they want to be playing towards to get that early damage buff. As Peanut Troll just walks away from the root from Zyra. Zervaloid still... This lead is not going to get any better. This Gragas is opting to go for a wraparound gank onto Fox, who has the river warded, but is it going to be enough to stop this gank from coming through? We're going to have to see. It's going to be close. Zervaloid's playing a little aggressive, but Fox doesn't see it at all. A good bait by Zervaloid means Fox goes in, has to use his ult to get away. Is it going to be enough? Zervaloid also pops his ult to make sure he's healthy. They don't know where he is. They know where he's at now, and he is going to go down. First blood is going to go over to the side of Peak Ruby. Maybe. Yep, there it goes. first blood to Gragas off of that barrel being on the ground, the barrel explosion. Very nicely played to get that wraparound and not just walking straight in. Fox, again, hyper-aggressive, not paying attention to the map, means that he goes down for first blood. In what's supposed to be a winning lane for him is now gone a little bit more even and given Mundo a little bit of a chance to breathe. But because of the gank up top means that this dragon is going to go to the side of Orbit Gaming Moon. Overall, a trade. Yeah, you lost first blood. You're getting a good damage buff, which is exactly what you want for this Vayne, for this Zyra. You have a lot of damage. This is a very damage-heavy comp, ladies and gentlemen, that you don't normally see a comp like this without some sort of tank. Vayne top is exclusively there to punish Zervaloid on this Mundo. We didn't see the pick order. There it goes. They didn't actually smite it till very late. Actually delays the next spawning quite a bit. Day X, though, does manage to catch out Frenzy with the root. Insta-cleanse coming out. Does get chunked out so heavily, though. Is going to have to recall as Sadistic is also here. Karma isn't going to be able to do enough to stop this dive. As they do spot him, they are starting to walk away. Sadistic does have 6. Does Cataclysm in. Oh, good catch there. Does mean still, though, the Dark Frenzy goes down. Doesn't have the flash to get out. And that's Peanut True Trill going down to the Ignite of Day X. Shepard only here as a deterrent of getting anything else on the play. It still also gets rooted up, but nothing is going to come of it. Huge play by the side of Orbit Gaming Moon to get that double in the bot lane. Cask coming out from Shepard means that he's trying to clear the wave, but just not enough, because another turret plate goes down in favor of Moon as well. 2 kills plus 2 plates for nothing. Huge plays there. Great wraparound tower dive by Sadistic. Overall, I mean, another great early game coming out, just like in game 1 from Orbit Gaming Moon. They won't, as long as they keep up this kind of pressure, they won't need to have a game like game 2 where they had to bring it back from the brink of not having the game in their favor. They are absolutely playing this game 3 to win and go home early tonight, ladies and gentlemen. This is a very strong, already 1,000 gold lead at 8.5 minutes into the game. Gold lead for them. And good items already coming out. Vayne off of that death reset does grab the Berserker's Greaves. Tunneler already there for Sadistic after that kill. Lost Chapter picked up for the Malzahar. A very good buy for him for mana and for being able to clear these waves out quite easily. You can already see he's wrested control of these waves and is pushing them back into the Azir, who doesn't have the greatest wave clear at this point. Ashe has that pickaxe, has that recurve bow. Good, strong, early component items for them. And then for this Zyra, Faded Ashes getting 30 ability power and some magic burn. They are really putting out the pressure. And Dayax is just sitting here and they don't know. They're just looking to clear the wave. If Dark Frenzy walks up, he's going to have to instant flash. No! JX flashes in instead, getting the root. The cleanse is not available. That means Dark Frenzy's going to go down with the flash as well. The root outside of turret range means Peanut Tuchel isn't able to trade one back. It's taken down to 30% of their health as well. What a flash by JX. Sadistics is here just for moral support, as this 2v2 bot lane has said no more of us getting pushed in and having to play defensive. We are going to be the aggressors, and they are showing up big time in game 3 to look like already take the bottom tower as the cast comes out on Fox. His ultimate has worn off, and Shepard is going to be able to be here and help out Zervaloid pick up a kill once again. Zervaloid picks it up this time as the bot turret goes down. This is Fox just once again over-aggressing, not respecting the Gragas ganks, and getting caught out. We saw it in Game 2. We see it in Game 3. What is supposed to be a huge focal point for this comp has turned into a little bit of an anchor for us. Overall, though, still heavily favoring 2.5 thousand gold lead at 10.5 minutes for the side of Orbit Gaming Moon, as the second round of Rift Scuttles have, of the Grubbies, the Grubs have spawned. Looks like they're going to go in favors. No, actually, Sadistic is here, stolen off the first one. Shepard's here. He's actually going to have to run away as there's a collapse coming through. 4v2 is going to be this fight as Shepard gets Cataclysm on, has to flash out. There goes the flag and drag to try to catch up with him. Does manage to pick him up, and he's going to go down. Shepard giving over his life to not get any of these grubs. Now is 3 for 3 in grubs. The Herald is going to be spawning in just a few minutes. The Dragon is spawning in 30, and that is also going to be favoring as the Root gets onto Kiva as well. It's massive damage. Look at that damage. It's a huge shuffle, but is it going to be enough? Kiva gets arrowed. Does get the kill, though. Is it going to be enough? Mr. Legacy does not get the kill. Oh, no. Pina 2 trilled there to dissuade, meaning that Azir stays alive. The Zyra goes down off of a great shuffle. The Dragon, though, still favoring that of Orbit Gaming Moon. 3,000 gold lead now, grown by 500 gold. This Malzahar is in the bot lane, pushing out this wave. As Fox, still trying to put out pressure, is getting turret plates, but isn't quite enough. We're going to take a look at the gold lead in the top 5. 39. Yeah, Mundo has a 100 gold lead, approximately 100 gold lead over this Vayne right now. Not something that you want to see from a key component from the Dr. Mundo on the Vayne. The flash, I think, is to try to dodge out on some of these casks that the Gragas is coming through, but it hasn't been working out in their favor right now. As another one coming through, Fox is way out of position once again. As in the mid lane, we may have a tower dive coming through with Spearmint showing up. Fox is able to get out, but overall, I mean, Fox has been over-aggressing. This is the first gank that has come through from Shepard in the top side that hasn't amounted to anything. This is the third one, and only this one hasn't amounted to anything. Fox has been caught out on both of those before, using the flash to avoid the cast from Shepard. Servaloid did not actually take the turret one. I'm blanking on what it is off the top of my head, but max health damage to turrets type thing. As Dayx is now here to try to catch Servaloid out. You get a little bit of damage onto him. It's really just here to protect Fox and make sure that he can farm up safely at this point because he's the anchor of the team. But for the side of Peak Ruby, they need to continue focusing on cross-mapping and trying to get something as these plays are happening on one side of the map from Sadistic and from the bot lane. Sadistic is now here on the top side. Mundo does have a turret that he can walk to. He does now see Sadistic. Is it going to be enough, though? As they do throw out the flag and drag into Cataclysm combo. Servaloid doesn't have a way out, does not have Ghost, and that means he's going to go down. Fox has finally gotten his first kill with the help of Sadistic, ladies and gentlemen. That means that Fox, now on the board, 1 and 2, has a 200 gold lead over the Mundo. Not what you want. You need it to be higher, but at least it's something to get him going. In the mid lane, it's just a trade. They did manage to get the mid lane turret as Herald off of that play is going to go over to the side of Orbit Gaming Moon. And they could use it topside. I don't think that's necessary. I want to see them use this Herald in the mid lane. Crack that tier 2. You don't need to use it up here. This Vayne has already done amazing work on keeping this Mundo from taking anything and getting good damage down. But no, they're electing to take it topside once again to crack this turret. I just don't think it's as necessary. As Dance does take a bit of damage. Good cast. Actually, no. Puts him out. I mean, he's still going to go down, Spearmint, to the Azir, but it takes it out of Dark Frenzy's ult. Does manage to tag him up at least to get an assist, but now getting the second Herald crash. No, he misses it. Oh, no. Sadistic misses the crash down onto tier 2, which means it's not going to get a crash. They are still going to get the tier 2 and the kill onto Servaloid, but sir, your driver's license has been revoked. You're no longer allowed to drive the Herald in this series. I'm sorry. I'm just enforcing the rules. There's not anything that I can do about it. You have to land those. And unfortunately, your driver's license has been revoked. In the mid lane, though, good damage coming out from Fox onto that turret as he does now have that Blade of the Ruin King completed. Also, objective bounties are on the table for Peak Ruby as this is now a almost 5,000 gold lead at 15 minutes. Orbit Gaming Moon definitely have come into this game with a game plan, with this composition, saying, no. We're not playing this game slow. We're going to be forcing it aggressively early and often to make sure that we can close out and go home. we don't want to be here. We want to get this over with. And that's exactly how they're playing. Objectives. Baron, 4 minutes. Is it Cloud Soul? No, it's not. It is going to be the, let's check in the minimap. What soul is it? It's going to be another Hextech Soul. We love it. Hextech Soul again for game 3. This is the soul that Orbit Gaming Moon want. They already have 2 dragons. They have control for this third one spawning in 50 seconds. And Shepard, are they going to be able to... Shepard gets caught out here, misses the flag and drag though, and the huge cask sending Dayax in. They still manage to get the kill off the Cataclysm. The arrow coming over the top stuns up Kiva, even though they got the wall out. Is it going to be enough? They do pick up Sadistic on the back end. Peanut to the Trill though does go down to the Vayne, and that is going to be that. Servaloid does manage to barely stay alive with that ultimate, saving it for the last second. And Dragon spawning in 20 seconds. Everybody's going to be up for that, but whew, that was a very explosive fight as the Azir Tower comes out to try and delay the mid lane tier 2 from going down. Servaloid is back up to full health after being at almost nothing. Riot, what is this? Frenzy after using his cleanse though to try and stay alive from Day X on the Zyra as Kiva uses his teleport to come on in and try to contest this dragon. This Jarvan is almost here, not quite there as the Jhin ult comes out, trying to dissuade the dragon from being taken by Orbit Gaming Moon. They've drug it over to their side. They know where Sadistic is. Is he going to be able to get inside into this river? He is going to use the Blast Plant, it looks like, to maybe get a Blast Plant into Flag and Drag onto the dragon. No, he's just going to go for it. It does get taken by him. The cask not enough. And that means, yes, Mr. Legacy might go down. No, doesn't go down to the Zir. And Spearmint is actually going to go down. Does have Flash. Is he going to expend it? It doesn't look like he's going to. Actually does, but still not enough. The last auto from Dark Frenzy does come through to take his life. Dragon going over to the side. That is now a soul point for Orbit Gaming Moon as Fox is here to try and defend the mid turret. You don't need to give up your life, sir. There's only 2. But the arrow lands onto Peanut. And what a flag and drag. The wall not enough. Kiva has to just run away. Fox uses a flash to get forward with the help of his Q and also picks up that kill as well. 2 kills, double kill for Fox. Now 4-2-0, 350 gold bouncy, and they are marching down this mid lane without hesitation. They get a little bit of chip damage onto that turret. The DOT putting in some work with those 3 grubs that they were able to take as well. And, whew, I mean, this is a very one-sided game, it feels like. It doesn't feel like at any point in the game that Peak Ruby have felt like they've had a foothold in this game, minus the first couple of kills in the top lane. Ever since then, and even while those were happening, Orbit Gaming Moon was getting massive leads in the bot side. So they were getting the Mundo taken care of, but they weren't taking care of the Jhin and the Karma. We're just losing out so handily to this Ashe and Zyra. And now you can see it's really hurting them because they really don't have the damage to contest a lot of these objectives. The 4th shot just not putting out enough damage as he has opted for the Collector as his first item. Something that is a little bit on the weaker side to start off. Baron spawning in 8 seconds. Is being set up for. They're going to go for the Vayne, who is backing. Is he going to have enough time, or is he going to get caught out? That is the question.
Blooms into artwork.
Ooh, skin of his teeth managed to get out. Not quite a clincher, but close to one. As wards are now going to start getting placed for Orbit Gaming Moon around this Baron, doing their due diligence, clearing out the wards, and getting them into the blue side jungle of Peak Ruby, making sure that they're also going to steal out this blue buff. They don't know that they're there. A good Cataclysm onto Shepard means he has to flash out, taking a bunch of damage. I mean, that is a crucial flash being taken. As Dayax looks like they might get caught out, a little bit of damage onto them. As, yeah, they're going to aggress onto Shepard even more. Cass comes out. It is not enough.
Shepard goes down. Zervaloid tanking up a bunch of damage, but it is not enough. And they're just going to turn back to Baron at this point because it is 5v4. The junglers down for Peak Ruby. This is Baron taking season, ladies and gentlemen. I've never seen better opportunities when there's still 4 members on the table. But is it going to be enough? Jhin ult going to be starting to go and take some damage, but nope. Baron has been claimed by this Jhin. Spearmint, though, gets taken out by Jhin. Good little flourish there, using their karma to chunk him out, and then finally picking up another kill. Let's see. They're going to be able to get this mid turret. That's going to go down. They're going to get some objective gold back off the bounties there. Some standing gold plus some of the extra gold from the objective bounties means a little bit more feeling better in their economy, but nowhere near close. It's still a 7,000 gold lead, almost 7.5 in favor of Orbit Gaming Moon. A flash root attempt by DX. I don't think that's the one. There's no follow-up there from the rest of your team. You will get out-damaged. Good thing it missed. Ashe, though, trying to stop the recall so they can maybe aggress in this mid lane with the Baron. DX just trying to be a nuisance, taking out these jungle camps. Doesn't quite manage to get the big one, but does get a lot of the small ones from the Gragas. It's the back and forth as we are looking for Dragon setup at this point in just 30 seconds time. This is going to be Soul if Orbit Gaming Moon managed to pick it up. They have some shallow wards. I would like to see a little bit deeper of wards considering their lead for Orbit Gaming Moon, but these shallow wards are doing a decent enough job of spotting out where Peak Ruby is at. As they're also wresting control of the mid lane wave. They're playing this by the book. You want wave control. You want wards at least on the back of the pit. They have a few extras. Plus with Day X playing Gatekeeper means that they are able to spot out where they're coming from, and they know they're going to be coming through mid here, as everybody is seen with the wave, as the Dragon is already gone. Soul over to the side of Orbit Gaming Moon, and a huge Cataclysm, 3-man Cataclysm with the shuffle out, means that already Shepard has gone down, and the damage is coming through. Dark Frenzy gets autoed up, almost dead there. Peanut down already. Woo! Sadistic is looking for more, does have that Flag and Dragon just a few seconds, does not manage to catch anybody else out. The Azir turret coming up to delay the push. There was not a chance in the world that Soul was going to be going over to the side of Peak Ruby whenever Orbit Gaming Moon had any say about it. Great setup, great burn down of it, and now it's just the walk down and the finish. That is what they're going for. Sadistic getting tagged up a little bit, but not all that much. As they get one inhib tower, looking for the inhib now. Kiva trying to find a little bit of damage, nothing coming from it. That is one inhib down. They're going to walk back, play it safe. They now have perma pressure in this top side. They can now focus on the other two, play a 3-2 or a 4-1. I'd like to see a 4-1 coming out. I think that'd be a very strong setup for them this Vayne. Can hold their own in the side lane for long enough for their team to get enough advantages in the mid or the bot, wherever they decide to go. I don't want to see just a 5-man NARAM down the mid, down the bot. It's not necessary. You don't need to ARAM it yet. Spread them out. You have the gold lead enough. You have like an 8,000 gold lead. There's no reason that you don't force them apart, force them to make decisions, and make them choose how they want to defend, because no matter what you do, you're going to get something out of it. As the resets are a little bit awkward. Ashe just now coming out of the base means that these waves are going to be crashing at the wrong times, and that with the Barons not on anymore, it looks like, yeah, the Baron has worn off, and that just means that it's going to be a little bit harder for them to crack another inhib. They were able to get one. That's good. They broke the base with this one. They shouldn't need another 2 minutes for the next Baron to get any more. They have the economy in order to do so. They have the gold advantage. I would like to see them use it and force down some more, and that's what they're trying to do here. Kiva getting rooted up, not quite able to get the shuffle, but still goes down. Does manage to get the karma with the Jhin ult, but it's just not enough damage, as that's just everybody dying. Serverlord trying to get somebody, and that is it, ladies and gentlemen. 5 are dead, 4 are alive for Orbit Gaming Moon, and that is going to be game 3 going over to the side of Orbit Gaming Moon. And what a series it was. 3-0 sweep. Congratulations. GG's to Orbit Gaming Moon taking the grand finals of Season 18 of Style Esports of their division in a 3-0 fashion over Peak Ruby. It was a grudge match. They came in with the grudge, and they decided this is our game. This is our time. This is our moment. And without a doubt, they played from start to finish a very good game of League of Legends. Very well played. You have to give it up to them. And what more can we say? Excellent. Well done. Congratulations to the winners. Peak Ruby, you had your moments. It looked good in game 2. And then it kind of just fell apart around the dragon. Unfortunately, that means that you lost that game. And this game, I maybe a little bit different of a draft. Focusing the bot side may have helped you out just a little bit more. Focusing the top side just didn't give you enough. It got your tank ahead, but the damage dealers of Orbit Gaming Moon got just too far ahead, unfortunately, on the cross maps. So GG's to both teams. Congratulations to Orbit Gaming Moon for your victory. And we can't see what you guys decide to do in future seasons here with Style Esports. We hope that you come back. We hope that you enjoyed your time. And for all the viewers out there, thank you for joining us tonight. My name is Ice Fireeyed, and my producer, who has been through the ringer tonight, and I have to give him a shout out for sticking through it. He has done an amazing job with it. That is going to be, if I can pull it up here, if my computer wants to go, Yo Bros 94. Thank you so much for sticking with me. I super appreciate it. Thank you everybody for coming by. We'll catch everybody on the next one.